Today on Journey to Prophecy.
I'm saying, Lord, I just accepted you. I just realized that I needed you and that the stuff wasn't enough. And you mean to tell me I'm going to lose everything now? I didn't understand why now. Why couldn't it have happened before I got to this point? Soon after, sickness came knocking at my door. I had some issues where I had to have surgery and various other things had to transpire. And I found myself not being able to work the job I was doing because of all the lifting and all the things that caused me to have to do. So my body wouldn't allow me to do and work the way I was. But when your finances change, some things, if you live in a certain type of lifestyle, some of those things have to change also. So I found myself having to let go of some of the stuff. I lost my home. I lost my car. I lost everything that was in it. And I almost lost my life in this next moment. I remember sitting at in the front of a 4-lane, and it was about 12 o'clock midnight. I was homeless. I stayed homeless for about a year. I lived out of my car. And living in a situation like that and just coming from a place, and I don't mind you at this point, I'm just coming into God. I'm saying, Lord, I just accepted you. I just realized that I needed you and that the stuff wasn't enough. And you mean to tell me I'm going to lose everything now? I didn't understand why now. Why couldn't it have happened before I got to this point? So I'm sitting in front of the 4-lane, and I'm sitting in my car, and I remember seeing 18 wheels go down the road, and so many demons were tormenting my mind. I was hearing spirits say, "Take your car, run it out into the 4-lane, and run into the next, and run out in front of the next 18 wheels that come in front of you. Take your life. You don't have to go through this. It's too much. This person to take care of your child. You don't have to. You can end it all now, and you don't have to keep on crying. You don't have to keep on worrying about this or worrying about that. You don't have to keep experiencing this." And I was so overwhelmed by the spirits that were talking to me. I remember I was in the car just crying out loud and moaning and groaning, Lord, help me, Lord, help me. And in the midst of all the chaos and all the noise I heard, it was suddenly like a silence came in the car. I didn't hear nothing. And God began to speak to me for the first time I had a true encounter with his spirit. And he told me, he said, I will restore. That's the only thing he said. I will restore. And when he spoke that to me, it gave me such a peace in knowing that he spoke to me. Nobody couldn't tell me that he didn't speak, because I know that all that was going on in that moment, it had to be God. I reverenced that. I remember wiping my eyes. It was like I hadn't even been crying. I wiped my eyes off. I crunk up the car and I pulled off. And that's when my life really began.
Next on Journey to Prophecy.
At 13 years old, I was in middle school, rolling up a doobie, knowing about those things because that's what I was around, that's what I was introduced to. And so again, I was covering up different things while doing it. And the fight, continually had to fight even more. And I was introducing those things to other kids that did not have the mindset to know to do the things I was doing. I was introducing them to it because I was able to get my hands on it because of the way I was living. And I knew that it wasn't right. I felt that it wasn't right, but I was doing it because there was an empty place in my life.
Click the link below and subscribe to our YouTube channel.